All right, so today we're going deep on academicjobs.com.
Okay.
And you hear that and you
Yeah.
think, okay, academicjobs.com sounds kind of dry.
Right.
But this is anything but.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about a platform that is really changing the game in terms of connecting academics and institutions
Absolutely.
in ways that I don't think we've ever seen before.
It's really impressive what they've built.
So, I guess to start off, it's more than just a job board, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really a platform with a mission.
Okay.
And the way they're approaching it, I think, is it's really designed with higher education in mind.
Okay.
And not just about, posting a job and hoping for the best, but really taking a proactive approach to connect the right people with the right opportunities.
So how do they do that? I mean, give me an example. Like,
Well, one thing I was really impressed by is the way they leverage social media.
okay.
For example, they've had success with LinkedIn groups
Yeah.
for really specific research areas.
Yeah.
So let's say you're an expert in, I don't know, 17th century French literature or something really niche.
Right.
They will go into those LinkedIn groups and make sure that you and the institutions that are looking for someone with your expertise see each other.
So it's like a much more targeted approach than just, blasting it out to the entire academic world.
Exactly.
And they really stress this idea of think globally, act locally. So
Yeah.
how does that actually play out?
Well, they have a really vast global reach. They connect institutions and academics from all over the world.
Okay.
But at the same time, they have a deep understanding of the, specific academic cultures and expectations in different countries.
Gotcha.
And they really tailor their approach to fit the needs of both the hiring institution and the job seeker.
So they kind of have like a local expertise, but with this global network.
Right. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And I'm also really curious about this community aspect that they emphasize. It seems like more than just like, oh, yeah, we have networking events, come meet other academics. It seems like they're really trying to build something.
Yeah, it's definitely a core part of their mission.
Okay.
They want to create a space where academics can, connect and share their work and learn from each other.
Hmm.
And they're doing that through social media. They have a podcast. They're even tapping into alumni networks
Oh, wow.
to create this sense of belonging.
Wow.
It's really about feeling part of a larger academic ecosystem.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And speaking of that ecosystem, they also have these in-house advocates that I was reading about.
Yes.
What exactly are those?
So these advocates are academics themselves
Yep.
who are really passionate about their fields.
Gotcha.
And they act as kind of like internal ambassadors for academicjobs.com.
Gotcha.
They spread the word about open positions within their networks and to people they know. And it's, a much more personal and effective approach than just, posting a job on a job board.
So it seems like it's a win-win for everyone involved, right?
Pretty
Thinking
nice.
like the advocate gets to champion their field and connect people.
Yeah.
The job seeker gets a personal connection.
Right.
And the institution ends up with a highly qualified candidate.
Absolutely. And that really ties into their focus on finding the best fit.
Okay.
It's not just about filling a position.
Right.
It's about making sure that both the academic and the institution are a good match.
So they're really focused on higher education.
Yes,
R-
specifically.
Yeah.
The platform is really tailored to the unique needs and challenges of academic professionals.
And in terms of, those needs, they seem to cover like a vast range of job categories, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly comprehensive.
Oh.
Whether you're a seasoned researcher, an aspiring lecturer, even if you're looking for an administrative role,
Right.
within a university setting, they've got something for you.
So pretty much anything you could want in higher ed.
Yes, and they even have a separate site for teaching jobs,
Okay.
called Teaching Jobs,
Okay.
for people specifically interested in those positions.
So they've really got it all covered.
It seems that way.
Now, before we wrap up, I'm curious what you think all of this means for the future of higher education. This idea of building community, this global connection, this focus on going beyond the traditional job board model.
Yeah, I think it's a really exciting development.
Okay.
It suggests to me that higher education is becoming more collaborative and interconnected.
Okay.
That talent is being recognized on a global scale.
Right.
And institutions are really trying to find the best fit, not just fill a slot.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really exciting time to be in academia. And academicjobs.com seems to be, really at the forefront of this evolution.
It's really interesting stuff. I think you've convinced me to go spend some time on the site myself, even though I'm not, currently on the job market.
Yeah, you should.
It's a fascinating glimpse into, what's happening in the academic world.
Definitely.
So for our listeners out there, highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I second that.
You might be surprised by what you find.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.